Hey friends, so for challenge accepted today, Kathy and I actually this month will be working through for challenge accepted each, I think we have 5. I'm not quite sure. Anywho, we are going to be working through the Christie's Beautiful Life sketch series that will be on YouTube. Tons of people will be involved, and this is day 1 for October 1st. So I like this. This is fun. We have a bunch of strips of paper, mixed media, whatever you want to think of them, embellishments, who knows. Looks like a plain background paper. A photo area, title, embellishments here, and maybe a banner piece depending on what you have on hand. Cool. So what I have been doing, okay, so I do it all the time. I work with kits. And let me move this aside just for a second. The kit I'm using right here, I think I got it from Redefined Creative Secret Not Secret Kit Club. And it's gorgeous. It's all kinds of Heidi Swapp storyline goodies. And I have a massive crush on all things Heidi Swapp, just so you guys all know. So these are the goodies I have. I also have some of the 6x8 papers, which is kind of a cool touch. A couple little scraps. Actually, this looks like it came from that. Anywho, I have that. I don't know if I had the full embellishment pack when I got it, but I do have some of the embellishments. I have this sticker book that came with it, which is very cool, and I've barely touched it. And I also have these Art Walk alphas. So now I know I want my title to be slightly long, so I'm going to see if I can come up with something for that. But this is my photo I'll be using. This is my husband and my older bulldog named Rocco, and when Rocco decides he does not want to come inside, he just lays down and he just won't listen, and that's how it is. I'm like, okay, so the way you get a stubborn bulldog in the house is you pick them up and you carry them in, because yeah, they run things around here. It is absolutely how it is. And if you guys have a bulldog or you're close to one, you know exactly what I mean. So that's what I'll be scrapbooking. You see my handy dandy sketch for today that I'm going to be using. So the very first most important thing is for me to decide what my background piece of paper will be. Now, I always love papers like this, and this does grab the vibe, but I also want to bring in some brighter, happy colors, like maybe cut up this pink, because if you look at Rocco's belly, he happens to have pink all over his belly. His jowly area is super pink. So I think that would be really cute to bring in some of that color. Maybe this too, some nice yellow. So I'm going to trim that down. I already trimmed my photo. I also have to mat this photo, and I would like to get pretty heavy with the matting. So I will see what I might be able to do with that. Maybe bring in a little green. I didn't know. I generally like to start with papers that I've already cut into and kind of go from there. It's kind of my method. So I am going to get the basics done. I'm going to pick out whatever goodies might work, come up with my title, which I will put on my very well used handy dandy scrap of wax paper. And I'll come back to you when I have a little bit more of an idea where we're going with this. Alrighty, friends. So what I've done so far is I did go ahead and map my photo 1, 2, 3 times, and put some adhesive on the one side, craft foam that I have. I just use the cheap kid stuff. And I'm gonna have that about there. And I did go ahead and cut out the 2 pieces of pattern paper. You know, they're the 6x8s that I told you about. And I did go ahead and attach them down, and I didn't measure them out that much, except I just made sure they're squared off. Now, if you were my T-square ruler, where would you be? I know I've asked this question before. It totally takes off on me. And then the other thing that I did that was kind of fun, actually I did a few things, is I went ahead and fussy cut out these cute little sun pieces. And the reason, and they were just from, they were from this sheet right here. Actually, they're from right here. And the reason I did that is I wanted to go ahead and mimic, in a way, I was mimicking this banner piece here. And I'm not going to do the strings. I don't think it's a necessary thing for what I'm doing. But I did like the idea, and now I like the idea of popping them up. How do you feel about that? Do I need them popped up? I don't know. Okay, and then I picked out my title, which was fun. And I just got to figure out kind of where I'm going to be laying that down. All right, so that's kind of the mimicking of the banner. So I have lots of pattern paper going on, which I like. So that doesn't bother me at all. Now, in that sticker book that we have, I have these, you know, I am slightly shimmied off. Let me fix that for you. Okay. Can we see everything? Can we see too much? We're seeing too much of the side of my desk. Okay. What these pieces are right here are a bunch of the die cuts, and I put the ones that I might be able to use here. The rest are off to the side. I have my title up there, and now I have to figure out what color. Now, that's too much of a mauve for my color palette. I kind of like the idea of this craft color, so I can bring in more of that. So let's see if we can be kind of, not perfect, but kind of careful with these little craft photo corners. Now, clearly my little craft photo corners, I'm gonna probably slap my head out and get it in your way. These craft photo corners are not gonna be going on perfectly. I'm just not that much of a perfect kind of girl. I will try, and it won't happen, and that's okay. So those are there. Let me get the other two on. I thought it always finishes like that photo clustery area off so nicely when you have a photo corner on. Okay, so I'm gonna go like that. And then I will go like this. Voila. There. Okay, so I do have my titles. I have the boys and then the name of the boys. So I think I might get the boys up here. I'm gonna get the secondary title here, and it's gonna take, I'm gonna have to grab my liquid adhesive. Right now I'm trying out this Tonic Studios Craft Tacky Glue. So I think I'm gonna get that down. Now I also did find these tags, all kinds of them that I like. And I know that I need to do another photo-y cluster down here. So maybe, yeah, I told you I don't know how I feel about that mauve-y tone. Let's see. Maybe if I did something like this and this, oh, that pleases me a lot. Where I'm gonna be using part of the tag and I can use the rest of the tag stuff for something else. I think we're gonna do something like that because I like it. That's the whole reason why. Right about here, and I can use this line here. See, there's a line right there on that ledger paper. That's kind of my second piece. Now, I'm not going to stick this guy totally down yet, and the reason why is I know I'm going to put something over it, and it'll hide where, you know, like the glue mark. That's the problem with vellum, is you got to kind of watch where your gluey bits are going to go. All right, so let me go ahead and get these pieces down. Oh, and I also did some of the stickers just on this stamping block so that I had them handy. So in our inspiration sketch, we had a cluster here, title here, and then there's some more clustering going around this way. So I'm wondering how I'm going to configure some of those pieces in. All right, let me get my thinking cap on. I'm gonna get my title down and I'll be back in a jiffy. All right, so I've gotten some halfway decent traction. I have all of my alphas down and I've created this cluster. I use this black sticker as kind of like bringing the black from here over here so it's in both clusters. I went ahead and trimmed my tag. I popped this little There Is Sunshine in My Soul up on a little bit of my ever so cheap craft foam stuff I like to use. I have a couple of these hearts, which is bringing these black polka dots in down here. And now I want to work a little bit on the cluster that belongs right here. So I have this little label piece, and I thought I could start by putting that down. I'm using these lines right here as my guide. Now, do I have anything, is there any of the little label bits I might want to use? There's one there on this. Oh, now these are opaque, which is also kind of a cool, interesting thing. And I have some of this, it's a deeper green that I have there. I'm not using the blue so much. I have some gold here. That's way too like bold metallic for what I need there. Okay, so let me go through this again. I love this green. It's just, I'm using this green with like, it has a lot more blue in it. So trying to stay a little bit with my own vibe I've come up with. This is some kind of, who knows, French wordy bits. It's just going to be adding a little tiny bit of interest when I pop it in there. There we go. There we go. It's just gonna be a little interesting. And now this flowery bit, I like the bright pop of the color in with that too. Do the flowers mean anything whatsoever to my situation? No. Except for, I mean, I guess, like I could get all weird about it and tell you that like the flower beds on either side of my front door area, I have tons of roses and sedum and everything is blooming like crazy. Cute little rainbow bit, just because it's in the collection. So we'll go ahead and kind of layer that on top there because it's cute and interesting. Now, we're all smiles. I don't think I have any great place for that to go. So I'm gonna put that back on my sticker sheet over here. Awesome. Now, other little bits that I have the same rainbow in vellum, but I don't think it's adding anything to my sitch. I've got these cute little floral bits. Let's see, does it want a little, oh, it does. It wants to be tucked. Now, how do I get the world's smallest amount of adhesive on that? Because that's gonna be an itty bit to get tucked into those hearts right here. Just down there. Cute. Let's see. Now here's the sun again, like I have those up there and it's not doing anything for this layout. The cool thing is I've used up lots of bits and I'm almost done. And okay, once again, y'all know that I do a lot of scrapbooking that does not necessarily, oh, I like that. That's not for a big event. I like the moments in time scrapbooking, even more than like scrapbooking Christmas and Halloween and all that kind of stuff. Because everyday moments, for some reason, mean the most to me. It's showing like, oh, we're not like, oh, it's the holidays, so we're all just playing nicey-nicey. It's like, no, this is just how we really are. And it's can be a pretty awesome life if we let it be. Okay, so now we're at the point where I feel like I did the sketch proud enough. Let me show you, I mean, for me, here we go with the sketch. So I have what I'm gonna call my banner bits, right? I have the strips of paper, that's a plainish background, and I have my cluster here, photos here, not round, and I have a much smaller cluster here than they showed. But I did use the kit that I had handy in my room. And I know I keep saying that I'm moving into, oh, here's another little arrow sticker. I'm moving to my upstairs craft room. I just haven't fully done so yet. So sometimes things can take an extra little second. Maybe I'll go ahead and put this sticker on top of this sticker bit just because it's out. And on my desk, I have this skein of like, it's like this twine stuff, but it's super fine. I don't even know where it's from. So I figure I will go ahead and fill in this tag hole bit, do a loop-de-loop of textury fabric stuff right here. And I do like me to get loop-de-loops with this, meaning just this. I will get a loop and let it kind of come across here, glue down a couple of those little bits where it would rest. We all have our things, don't we? just so that when it does go into a page protector, and I'm rubbish about that, by the way, but when it does, everybody will have a place to lay down and be nice and hopefully not fight with me as much. All right, we got a little loop-de-loop. I've got this piece going. Oh, I know what I wanted to do. I was going to do some splatty bits, but first, let me just find, I can just do it right here. So we can just do September 2020. There we go, when that photo was taken. We're going to do some splatty bits with my favorite Gold Mist, which is by Jen Hatfield. Does superior splatty bits, let me tell you. I will cover, as long as his face doesn't get all splatty, I think we're fine. So I will go ahead and just do a little bit of splatting to bring in, there's gold here and here, and none up there. So let's do a nice little diagonal bit of gold splatty bits going up. Now it's not going to soak into any of the vellum or the stickers I have, but I have plenty of flat paper that I think we will get the idea of how this will work. And we are trying to make it look like it's going across, going up this way for no good reason, just because I felt like it. Get a little bit on this alpha. The alpha is, it's not like a shiny cardstock. It's rather flat. All right, so that is it today. I hope you like what I came up with. I'm sure Kathy's will be beyond amazeballs. And I'll be back with you ever so soon with another layout. If you have any questions, comments, anything like that, go ahead and leave them down below and I will get back to you as soon as I possibly can. Here's a bit more of a close-up. My splatty bits are still drying, so it's gonna take a second for us to get the full metallic gold vibe, but y'all can see what I have going on. All right, that's it. Bye, friends.